Welcome to another episode of Solving the Mind. Here I explain the complexity of life in a simple way. Subscribe here and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Have you ever felt like your life is on pause? Like you are moving, but not actually going anywhere? It's not because you are lazy nor unintelligent. What happens is that at some point, they told you that life had a map, and you believed it. Since childhood, we learn a formula. Go to school, enter university, find a good job, build a stable life. But nobody mentions what happens after you fulfill all those requirements and still feel that something is missing. The truth is that most people don't live, they just follow instructions. And this is the mistake that makes life stop. It is not failure, nor bad luck. It is the belief that life has a finish line, and that one day you will arrive there, and finally everything will make sense, and you will be happy, and so on and so forth. This never happens. Do you know why? Because life is not a straight line. It is a constant change. It is a cycle of learning, unlearning, breaking, rebuilding, and doing it all over again. Do you feel lethargic, with a sense that you can't understand what is happening, or you don't even know where you want to go? Maybe you have the feeling that other people know what they are doing, and you are just being pushed, making decisions based on nothing, and following a path you have no idea where it leads. If your life seems stagnant, maybe it's just asking you to move again. As Hudson Rocha says, life does not wait for you to be ready. It happens anyway. This phrase is impactful because deep down, we keep waiting for the perfect moment to start something. But there is no perfect moment. There are just moments when we choose to move forward, even when we are scared. We grow up thinking that the goal is to find ourselves. But the truth is, you don't find yourself. You build yourself repeatedly, again and again. Some paths end, others change. And this is not failure. It is movement. It is something incredible if we stop to think about it, because it means freedom. The real danger is not getting lost. It is standing still. Life was not made to be solved. It was made to be lived in motion. Exiting the bubble, change your perspective and routine. To get out of this bubble, to truly start building and moving, you need to change your perspective and, subsequently, your actions. You need to try to see this matrix from the outside. This will allow you to see the entire context, and not just a part, as if you were looking at your life through a crack. Seeing life in a different way allows you to have a different direction, and thus make smarter decisions. To start, I want to show you two important areas to invest in. 1. Change your digital environment. The internet is a highly modulating tool if you know how to use it right. YouTube, for example, and Instagram are environments where you can teach the algorithm to recommend truly relevant content. You have access to sensational people who can help you reshape your environment into something that helps you grow. The first step is to identify the points you need to change. For example, if you are sedentary, start following and watching content from people who have achieved success in that area. Do the same if your case is procrastination, poor diet, addictions. Following people who overcame those barriers will keep you motivated. Think of it this way. It is very unlikely that you will like skiing if you don't follow the sport, if you don't have access to that type of content, if you don't interact with that context. Other things in your life are like that too. If you don't have access to contexts of people who like to study, to exercise, who value things you consider important, that door in your cognitive horizon practically doesn't even exist. 2. Prioritize routine and habits. It is essential to build your routine with things that will truly add value to your life. Habits like going to parties every week, drinking until late, are things that silently deteriorate your health and your cognitive abilities. Start getting into the habit of reading every day, even if it's just 3 pages. Try to eat healthy things. Move. Start with 20 minutes of stretching. Our body was not made to stand still. I know. You must be thinking that this is an extremely silly thing, right? But, in fact, when you start having a routine, you unlock the cascade effect. Regular exercise, for example, leads to a healthier diet, which improves sleep. Daily reading expands knowledge, which improves concentration. You start having less impulsivity because your prefrontal cortex works better. You start having insights and putting the pieces of the puzzle together, understanding the world from a more global and holistic perspective. It seems simple, but often these simple things solve 80% of the problems in your life. It's the Pareto principle in action. You change 20% of things, and they have an effect on 80% of your life. Regulating sleep and routine allows your mental clarity to increase. As you increase your perspectives, motivation arises naturally. If you understand the importance of studying, you feel more motivated to do it. If you understand the effects of exercising, you feel more motivated to practice. To get out of this bubble, you need, first, to build the pillars of a world perception capacity. That is, to have a routine to improve your cognitive abilities. And, second, to have input, to have knowledge entering your brain. This allows you to associate things and build a more global understanding, managing to advance and, in fact, jump out of the bubble you live in today. To start something new, to take a risk, and to reimagine what living truly means, you need an environment that allows you to live everything you don't live today, but dream of. It is a continuous movement from the inside out. I know it might have been a lot of content, but reflect on the topic of this video, send it to someone, talk about it, and tell me in the comments what your perspective is today. Like this video if you enjoyed it. If you are not subscribed yet, do it now. And keep your mind clear and in motion. See you in the next video.